First of all, I want to express my thanks to Steve and Cindy and Rose, and Joe's not here today, but Nick will let you stand in his stead. Good friend, for letting me come, and the rest of the family for letting me be a part of this service. It's an honor to do that. Also, on behalf of the family, I want to thank all of you for the for being here and supporting them at this time, but also for the many acts of kindness that you've extended to them due to Jim's passing. You know him as I know him as Jim. You may know him by another name, Captain, Snuffy, J.I., whatever. Whatever name you know him by, you know who we're talking about. I want to thank you for being here and welcome you to this memorial service or homegoing service that we're going to have. It's a truly special time um, to come together and memorialize Jim Smith. Now, anytime Jim had to go to one of these events like this, he always asked the question, I don't have to wear a coat and tie, do I? And, well, if you saw Jim at his viewing, you'll see that he doesn't have on a coat and tie. He's got on what I'm used to seeing him in, his overalls, except on Sunday mornings. Um, Now, he does have on his big Smith dress overalls rather than his everyday Dickies. But you know what? The thing we can say, it doesn't matter if Jim's got on his coat and tie or if he's got on his overalls. God accepts him just as he is, and us as well, if we'll come to him. And Jim did that. So you don't have to put on any airs, Jim, to go to be with your Maker. Jim was born on October 4th, 1931. And he, from what I'm seeing, you read, he was a whopper. He came in at 12 pounds. We talk about them being good size if they're 7 or 8 pounders now. But he was 12 pounds. He was the third of five children. His parents were the late Ernest and Lois Meadows Smith. And he was born on a farm in Stokes County. And as we go through the service, you probably read his obituary, and we'll talk and refer to some things later on. But Jim is predeceased by his wife, Nancy Smith, his sister, Betty Lou Shelton, and two brothers, Frank and Bob Smith. And he's survived by his son, Stephen, and his wife, Rose. He's also survived by his daughter, Cindy, and Cindy's significant other, Joe Garish, is at home. He's sick, so she's got a stand-in, Nick, to be with her to escort her in and out. And we appreciate you for that. Um, he's also survived by granddaughter, Danielle Rice, her husband's Aaron, and then their three grandchildren, great grandchildren, Alex, Will, and Gabby. One sister, Brenda James, caregiver and great niece, Jessica. I know her as Jessie James. That's the way I always remembered her name. But her name is Jessica. And then the three nieces, four nephews, six great nieces, five great nephews, 10 great great nieces, 10 great great nephews, and one great 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 nephew. Now, what that tells us is that family is an important thing to Jim, to try to recognize all of them. So it's sad, as we mentioned, and difficult to lose a loved one like we have. And so that we're going to gather here today. We're here to support y'all in sharing your grief, um, and to help each other as we mourn. Because as you can see, looking around with the crowd, Jim was well thought of. He was special to many people. I think God's going to help us today and throughout with the memories that are shared. I think memories are a gift from God, and they'll bring forth probably some tears, and tears are a gift from God as well. They help us. They cleanse our soul and they calm our spirits. But also, these memories will bring about I'll bet, some chuckles and some laughter. And that's a helpful thing as well. So we're going to honor James Irvin Smith today. And like I said, you may know him by another name. And no matter how you knew him, we know that he impacted each one of us in a big way. But we're going to do something else here today as well. We're going to worship. We're going to worship our God because it's because of him that we can come together at a time like this when we grieve, but at the same time are still able to rejoice and celebrate. And we can do that because God sent his son. We just got through celebrating Advent, and Jim died on Christmas Eve. And at Advent, we celebrate the fact that God sent his son. And then we look forward to his return during this season. And for Jim, that occurred on Christmas Eve. And so we celebrate, rejoice, and we're going to worship our God because of the work that Jesus Christ did for us on the cross. And because of that, we can have life to the full, and we'll hear about how Jim's life was a full life, but we also have the hope of eternity because of that. So let's go now and read some scriptures that are helpful in times like these. There's a few I want to read just to